I mean, really?
I'm busy too. I'm busy too. You're busy.
Correct. If I'm wrong, and I don't know if we made that. The last meeting, Ryan wasn't here, but then he rolled in, didn't he, about 5 minutes after? I don't know if we have that in the minutes from the last meeting.
I'm fine with it. I mean, either
You're
way.
okay with it? Okay. And that was just for roll call for the I mean, I got 59, one more minute.
Up to you, I've got five.
got five.
You got 5? You're always a little bit ahead.
Apple rules the world.
Yeah, that's right. Satellite phone is five. Elon says it's five.
Oh, this week.
Just saying.
Who knows what it'll be next week? Okay, yeah.
You live long enough to die a villain.
Okay, Al Persons will call the St. Joseph County Fire Territory Board meeting to order. First, thing we'll do is call roll call. And we'll start off, Bobby Krzyzewski. Present. Wendy Uhas.
Present.
Jason Critchlow.
Here.
Al Buddy Persons here. And Ryan Hill. Ryan's not here. Okay, first up is to, approval of this, evening's agenda. Do I have any motions?
I make the motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All against? Seeing none, it is approved. First up is the approval of the minutes from the June 3rd, 2025 meeting. And, if you've had time to review it, can I have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the June 3rd meeting.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I have a second.
Is there a name spelled wrong in there, but that's okay.
Well, that's gotta be fine.
Saying I'm.
I think Stackovitz would get it right.
And here's the thing, when you get the that's the,
Yes, that's the,
that's a sneaky SPV. Call that a Scrivener's.
Not your best, not your best.
That's fine, it's good, you know, it's fine, good.
I actually reviewed them, so, and I didn't notice that either.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Okay, the ayes have it. Minutes from, the June 3rd meeting are approved. Next up is public comment. Is there any public comment from anyone here or anybody online?
Nobody online.
Okay, seeing and hearing none, we'll get on to new business, and I would assume the chief is gonna address it. But,
So annual service is actually going really good. Got good feedback from residents that, they know it's coming closer than there seem to be in June. Even our members, I think that are started out with is anyone who had at least amount of experience on the ambulance, we've been riding them through and had to do around and going through there to get that initial exposure to it. And so I want to come back and say, well, this isn't quite as bad as everybody was making it out to be, which is still been mostly positive in the whole. Our ambulance billing is the big portion of it left to do. Right now, we're targeting an August 1st go live date. There's been a lot of governmental red tape paperwork that Sam's been working through to get our Medicaid, Medicare, all that kind of stuff. Set up and approved, but I think we're on track on that in degree again. So we're doing that, and I think we'll see August 1st, and they'll be able to back bill starting from, we'll be starting operation of June 1st, and then going forward. Sure, there'll be some hiccups on there, but it's,
so those bills are just on hold?
they're just on hold. As soon as they say, okay, send them, boom, it's an electronic thing, they're dialed into our, patient care report system, and then it just pops over there, they generate bills. So probably not August, but September, we'll start including some billing report summaries in our packet of stuff, so.
That seems to be the standard of business operations for medic services.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What's the name of it?
EMS MC, which used to actually be AccuRide before
Okay,
that.
accurate.
Yeah, so they've been around for a while, they have a pretty good rapport, Mission Walk Fire using them, Newcomb Iowa will use them. So there's other, they're very good at the ESO, which will be used for our running reporting, so we're
I
hoping.
thought Dan at one time had accurate. Right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they do today or not, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Are there any other questions about the ambulance service? How's staffing going? That chief,
we're going good on, as a whole. I mean, our guys, like I said, are rotating through it. We took some of our most experienced medics, we put them on their job to teach the ambulance life side of what it means to go to the hospital, exchange with the nurses,
Okay.
the doctors, restock, whatever the case is, so they can go through that, and that aspect's been going good. We're hiring some people. We've brought in 2 more full-time paramedics. One starts next week. And one starts as soon as she gets done with her first physical. And then we brought a part-time medic on as well. So
are you,
locally or? So the one came from LaPorte, that's coming full-time. One's coming from Martin County, Plymouth Fire, that's coming full-time. And then the part-time person's coming from Napanee. So there are 3 outside of the area. So adds a little bit of extraness to it that we have to get them approved, function in our St. County. We're always a little unique than the rest of the state. We have a pretty good rapport with Dr. Joyce, who's even helping us get our controlled substances, final bit of stuff we can't carry on Rick yet, but he's working with us and helping us fast track that as best we can so we can start carrying those drugs ourselves.
The reason I said that is because I noticed that, Lane or German had built one and signed out. On the 4-H last week, put on by their fire, or whatever.
Yeah, they are.
And that's why I asked, they don't.
They launched 3 to Mishawaka, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 2 or 3, they launched to Mishawaka.
and then, you're putting your lead medic on the ambo, he didn't write the engine, or is that, or how you doing that? You know, that,
Right now, we aren't required to have a lead on the animal.
oh, really? Oh,
For what we carry on the rig, it does not necessarily have to be a lead on the animal.
okay,
So we still rely on the chase car coming as the lead medic component of it. So as we get fully deployed out there, some of that may change a little bit, but, and even there, it's, you gotta be on scene. So if you're on the engine or the ambo, they just have to be on scene. So
okay,
it gets a little creative at times, but
the Dr. Sherry rule.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello, Ryan. Let it make point in the minutes that Ryan Hill is now here. Okay, any other questions about the ambulance?
Answer
We'll go
mine.
on to old business then. Jacob, no. Anything on old business? Same done. We'll go on to provider unit report.
Yeah, the only thing I have today is the budget numbers here for review. And again, nothing notable. We're right on the nose of where we need to be. Just pointing out in the 3000 series there, we're going to have to do a transfer that we knew about. That's for the startup costs that we incurred several months ago, but we'll be carrying it till closer to the end of the year and we'll reconcile the budget here. So, we're 50% through the year and most of the other major series, the 1000 series is right at 51%. 49% or 48.5% spent. So right where we should be, as far as the budget goes. And then just noteworthy that we will be heading into the budget process, which I typically set a goal to get that done very early. So like votes in August or September of getting it done. So that would be nice, just in case you run into a problem. We still have October to fix the problem. So we'll probably start those conversations here in the next few weeks of the budget, but happy to answer any questions folks have.
Okay, very good. Then,
What does, Dalton say about the bill one? Make sure your money or you're after.
Generally, we don't anticipate much of a problem from Senate Bill 1 for the fire territory. Really, it's limiting our growth. So in 3 years, our budget will be about or a little less than what it is now. It's just hard to imagine what it will look like at that point. We have a lot of moving parts here. Do we have another entity join us by then? Do we have a different tax rate? So I'm actually meeting with him Monday about other things. So it's not a huge concern on the fire territory side, frankly, about Senate Bill 1. We are actually, just as a note, we are more well positioned than probably any other fire service in the county. Where we sit right now versus what everybody else is going to have to be dealing with. We did get, you know, every couple of weeks, it's a different message, but the message we've gotten is that we could incorporate new entities into the St. Joe County Fire Territory and maintain our current tax levy. If you recall, Senate Bill 1 subjects all new territories to a tax levy cap of 0.40, which I even had a meeting with Doris Porterlees a couple weeks ago. Everybody agrees it's just not feasible. So I had a lot of communication with state legislators, letting them know that, you know, I include Bobby on there and letting them know that that's not, you know, gonna work for us. And, you know, they didn't really respond, but just kind of putting it out there. That's what the ITA is encouraging everybody to do. But with the latest guidance, we could continue the conversations on expanding the territory, knowing that we don't have to be subjected to that 0.40 cap. So that's good news on our end, and it still keeps us more well positioned than most other fire territories. In fact, it makes us a very attractive option.
So I was gonna ask, so others could join us and they would be able to use our,
We would reset a new levy that wouldn't be subject to that cap. My only question is are we now, what is not answered is, are we subject, not that we would need to go over, are we capped at where we're at right now? Can we not go over that? Not that I'm suggesting that we do. Why that's important is places like Clay and Penn. That's the question they're gonna need answered is, okay, so they can continue their territory formation talks. Do they just get to create a whole new levy? Or are they restricted in somehow to one of their current maxes? Yeah. So unfortunately, I don't think there is still a ton of clarity in there. I think that the chief's opinion and mine is that we could move forward and continue those conversations. And then as a consequence of those, we will force the DLGF to give us a decision, you know, to say, we will eventually put something in front of them that says, this is what we've all agreed to do. Will you let us do it?
And in support of that, Josh and I, you know, put together kind of an operational plan that said, here's what it'll do. Here's what we can do. So we've got kind of together jointly and said, this is what it would need to look like to work. And now we've just got to put it in some numbers and see what it would take to form that.
But their levy could go up. Out of more German, if you would just grab one of theirs, their levy could go up.
Correct.
Depending on.
The assumption is it would go up to at least for part of it. That's the assumption, but the Jason's point, that's not why I said it could, yeah, you know.
But it's going to go up, you know.
Yeah, well,
How you play with the numbers, that levy is gonna go up for German or Allen.
right. So olives isn't terribly low, to be honest with you. I mean, 56. I mean, so they're not where you got clay. Clay is pretty low right now. So I guess I say that to say the taxpayers of Olive aren't gonna be shell shocked if we come in and say, we need to support a 75 cents levy here. That's not it's a jump, no doubt, but it's not.
It's not how much you're raising taxes,
I agree with that, but also really,
you know, better.
I think
that you say raising, taxes, you can get nervous, I don't care if it's a nickel, over it's 87 cents.
no, you're 100% right. I think that's just you're transparent. This is what it's for. It's for your fire service. Also, the tax caps would be entering into that conversation. Do you, as the taxpayer, actually end up paying more because of this? I don't know. I mean, in my township, the answer is no. There is also rumblings constantly about a countywide fire territory. And I'm not, you know, I want to choose my words carefully here.
Yeah.
That's getting bandied about by, I'm told from the county commissioners, they keep using the word territory, which a countywide territory is a disaster. Just creating a fire territory. You remember what we went through for this one? Well, you got to do that now with every township and every town. That would be a part of it. So you're talking every single one of those meetings is a meeting of maybe 100 people and a vote of 100. That's 100 elected officials. That has to be, you need quorum, you need the vote. That's a territory. District's a little bit different. So in my conversations with some other trustees, it's one of these like, A, they keep talking about it, but they've made no moves towards facilitating the conversation. And then B, it's like they're using words that they just probably don't understand yet. So,
Well,
and meanwhile, it's July And if we're serious about this, we have to get going on. So
Well,
not one meaningful conversation. with me.
that's Mara said, right, we're. This Chief Willard is, what, 2 weeks ago, Wendy said that he was trying to get everybody together, trustees to have a meeting in regards to the.
Or on my email is on the website, Commissioner. We're here for the meeting. You know, and I hate to say that, but it's going to have to come from the county commissioners. Like, I'm done.
Carl, when are you gonna have that tomorrow? What time is that meeting tomorrow?
I'm hoping the EMS conversation is we're waiting for the budget talks. I imagine we're gonna be interjecting ourselves in the budget talks. So be prepared for that. That when the county starts the budget, Bobby will probably lean on you for your experience there on when's the right moment to get in front of them and say, this EMS contract, let's start talking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's on their radar.
you know, work gets, you know,
Yeah,
chief is done.
yeah. So anyway, that's everything I know.
I mean, too late to keep talking.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Everybody's.
I'll make you-
I'm
the agenda, I'm just waiting for you to get
So I'll say the rest of my comments are after the meeting. I have some thoughts on it, but I personally, I think it's moving in a positive direction. I think you'll see some stuff from the legislature coming down, might be directed only to our county with an excess of 270,000 people will do this with their fire districts, territories, whatever. So could be some good things coming down, but we gotta keep the lines of communications and everybody's got to be willing to play. Okay, next up, anything more on provider unit report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the fire chief's report.
Got a little bit of a packet today for you. First thing on your list or your top there, this is more FYI category stuff. You can see that every year we have a firefighter do annual physical. That line item cost right now is budgeted to be about $25,000. And there's just something that we can, I say required. I always do, the NFA says you should do it. We're not an NFA state, but yeah, you really should be doing it. But we do physicals every year. So it's something that's, we'll be starting this fall and doing our annual firefighter fit, physicals. We tried to price it out to get some other competitors, somebody locally to do it. They came back and it was twice the cost. So it's actually still more economical to have this outfit drive up out of Indianapolis and bring home their equipment. Sit up here in the training room. They do it every week. They get a physical and off we go. So it's more of an FYI, which is anything for you guys know what we're starting there.
What do you anticipate the savings to be? Same thing I did, I mean, we paid for all this recently,
We take the savings
doing it this way,
versus,
the other way.
Hold the other one.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were sending folks out to get the physical on their own.
So previously, to get into the 77 fund, like I do,
Oh.
they actually drive to Indianapolis,
Yeah, yeah.
totally separate physical, they do.
Okay,
This is more, every year you come in, you do an evaluation of what their hearing is, what their vitals.
okay, my bad.
The auditory,
I'm comparing it to a
yeah.
big check we wrote a few months ago.
Yeah, exactly. So this is, and what we tried to do, say we tried to get some local beacon to see if they'll do it. If they came back and quoted $50,000 to do the same thing, they're quoting here for $25,000. So,
And they're driving up.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's a good thing there. There, I think you see in your packet, again, just more FYI stuff. A little bit, All in One Health is the provider that we have a contract with that basically provides with mental health coaching and training, not training, but coaching, counseling sessions when guys need it for whatever reason. And we have had a few employees over time, call up and need counseling or coaching for whatever reason. We pay an annual fee to them. I think this year it's $900. And really what that does is that gives you access to the counselors without a delay of getting in. If you don't have a contract, it's a real process of trying to go through. If you're covered by your insurance provider, you're not covered. This way, if a guy calls today, tomorrow you can talk to him. So,
Per person or?
for our department as a whole, and then what it does, the last page kind of gives you a little bit of a summary, but, last few pages maybe, they get up to 10 visits that we commit that we would pay for. And then after that, we kind of evaluate if they really think they need to have more visitations, what do we do, but this gets them in their initiative.
Is that administered locally or you get?
Yeah, it used to be, New Avenues, and they changed the name, and now it's called All in One Health. And they do a lot of the under CSF, critical stress debriefings in the county now, so let's somebody that we line with, and they have some councils that specialize on the fire side.
Chief, before we move on, since we were talking about physical and mental health, if a firefighter's injured, minor injury.
We fire.
That's good. Yeah, you do something stupid, you should get fired.
Take my back, shoot.
No, do they go to the hospital or are we using a clinic?
We try to go to Beacon at that point, and first,
First, ours.
if they're open, if they're not open after 9 o'clock, whatever, they're gonna end up
Yeah.
in Memorial.
Memorial.
So the ER is kind of your last choice.
Sure, yeah,
So if we go to the clinic or if we go to the Beacon Occupational Health, that's there on Lake Drop and Bendix.
oh,
Go
okay,
there, it's real minor.
Yeah.
If it's a little bit more than that, I go to Bed Point, and then if it's more serious than that, they're going to Memorial.
Okay.
And if it's after hours, late at night, they're probably just going to Memorial.
Yeah.
It's a long open.
understand.
We have had two there already,
Injury.
Oh,
injuries in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
It was
I
smooth.
figured. It's always gone back. In the old days, South Bend, Whipperman,
Whipperman,
that became some of those.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Beacon Occupational Health is probably the first choice for just a simple eval and get it on where they need to go is what we do.
okay. Very good. Continue on.
So the next two things you can kind of look at together as we talk about budgeting. You have one quote here that's from Queen. Everything naturally, the fire service stops working in 10 years. So our air packs are coming up on that, anniversary, where we're gonna magically stop working because they're gonna age out. So this quote, which is $172,000, is to replace all of our air packs. So it's not an emergent need that we gotta do it today. But it's one of those things to say, be a little proactive, like, you know, if we did have extra money this year, fall off the tree somewhere, it'd be great to do it. If not, let's talk about it in the next year's budget, maybe that's from the Q fund or whatever. If we don't end up doing it next year, by the end of next year, now we're gonna get notice that, hey, we need to do this, or we're gonna be out of compliance with our air packs that all of our guys wear, so we got a quote for that. And in conjunction with that, the radios we have, the state has said they're doing this, it's called TDMA upgrade to all their network. And then all the radios that we have will become obsolete, it won't be compatible with that anymore. So again, proactively looking ahead, the quote to replace those is $166,000. So it's not, again, it's not an emergency need, but it's something to just try to be, you know, as we're thinking ahead of time and obviously trying to write for grants and other things between now and then is something that we're gonna try to do. We just wanted the board to be aware that as we begin to talk about budgeting, things that we would want to put in there on possible Q fund budget items or everyone offers creative stuff like, hey, order it now, but you don't have to pay for a year. That's just financing it through them. You avoid price increases, but I don't necessarily, that doesn't influence me normally as much as when we want to afford it now or next year. I advocate for at least the air packs and then maybe next year's Q fund. We start budgeting that or something, so.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe we almost should make it a capital, timeline, like capital investment timeline, these kind of things. It'd be nice to know when they're gonna come up.
Yeah, and that's kind of serious. Okay, it's not today, but it's really just on that 2.5 year horizon that we're going to have to fix.
Sam, it might be useful if you could keep some sort of document like that, just some sort of Excel document that has just a simple, like, capital needs. Assets. There's a current one it's failing me because I'm exhausted. But, so that we could just look at it and know, hey, look, spring of 2027, we're gonna have to make the decision. It might be nice to then we can, instead of saying, hey, we got 300 grand, we gotta spend it at some point, then we'll know what we need to spend and when we need to spend it.
Yeah,
That could be useful.
yeah. So just early notice that we'll be coming back later
Thanks for the heads up about
to
it.
truly get the money.
Thank you.
Yeah, as far as the grants, that's all over the map book now with those brick grants, which was a lot of the physical stuff, the SHSB came to the brick grants, and that was the physical stuff that was gone, that's bad, that it's gonna be different. FEMA might be going in November, so not sure where those grants are. Are you guys having good luck? I mean, I'm looking all the time for it, but it.
We're right, grants. We recently got a real simple one for Narcan.
Yeah.
Car, right, a safer grant right now for some staffing. We're doing the firehouse stuff, grant.
Okay,
We're gonna, yeah, anything that comes up that says, hey, here's something we can try to make a stretch to go and get, we do. We were hoping that, the people who first funded the radios a long time ago, a little office called EMA, we replaced all these radios now that are obsolete, countywide. We're not the only department that's gonna be faced with all those radios being obsolete. It's a state does their EMA update, and it's like, okay, yeah, let's try to get out in front of this.
yeah. Very good.
Next thing we have down the list is the training report. Not, nothing too elaborate, but we're continuing with, we did hands-on application training and Kowalski's scrapyard, we're the relationship or the Belton's. Belton's scrapyard over there, they always put out cars for us. I think one of the ships this year got cut up a police car, if I'm not mistaken, with the demo car that we're gonna be cut up on in practice, so. No posting on that one online, so, but, yeah.
I should know this, but, do you guys have the Rescue 42 struts?
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are there. Okay, very good. So what, those are big struts that put cars on the side, you gotta stabilize it. That's the thing.
So we have all, electric electrification equipment and everything, so we don't use hydraulics anymore. They're all battery operated.
Sorry, Phil.
And then the last thing, our run report, the highlight in there to give you really is this, the month of June, our first month with our ambulance. We had 41 transports that we did, which is really good. Of those 41 transports that we did, only 4 of them required us to have a South Bend person on that transport with us because of the critical nature of the call. We had to have one of the medics riding with us. Otherwise, there was 41 times that we did the transport. There were 6 calls or transports made that we didn't do. That's really our unit was already, I think they're already up in the med center, given our call on territory. Obviously, we're not going to take it ourselves. There's other ambulances that are closer to handle that, but the vast majority of the transports that happened, we did ourselves with our own ambulance, which is really good.
Excuse me, that was from dispatch. I didn't decline it. They don't call unless it's something important. But do you mind if I step out and can I turn this? Who would I like, of the members here who would like to take over?
Oh, I can, it's on the side,
Jason, I'll have to step out just for a moment. I apologize.
That's okay. So otherwise, I think our, our run numbers are still showing good. And as you can see on there, out of the district, 17 times we went and helped other agencies for various reasons. The biggest one, of course, being New Carlisle. And then Clay, always going there, District 26, which is basically German Township, south of the airport. That's where we go with them anytime they go there. So we had 6 calls last month that we went there to help them.
I saw that North Liberty one, when it came up on the app, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it was actually dispatch here. They were, our guy was going to it, and they put us on the dispatch assigned this wrong call. When we asked them to add us, it got added to the North Liberty call. It shouldn't have been added to their calls. Therefore, yeah. And then the one in South Bend actually was at Martin's. It came in, the call started at Martin's. The cops caught the dude at Butternut and Grand. And so they dispatched both South Bend and us because it started at Martin's in South Bend, it's not ours, but Butternut and Grant is ours, and dispatch is both of the call.
That's about me.
Right on back in Illinois, it's just deep backyard.
Oh, really?
There's a few systems back.
Huh.
Yeah, things like that.
You guys do have to wake them back up, so no jail.
Any questions on the run numbers?
So any received, is that a big change from before?
In that we've received paid 2 times? Or
Yeah,
you're saying,
we're not receiving, we don't need as much.
Yeah, we are more self-sufficient. Primarily, we're gonna receive aid as a structure fire, is usually the case where we're probably always would depend on some kind of aid. Or if we're on a fire and all of our units are out there, we may get aid for someone to take a medical call that's in our territory, but usually, that's what corresponds to after being on a structure fire or something.
Okay.
And then the last one, which I didn't summarize it, unless you summarize it, no somewhere. So we'll just talk about that next month, but, our station 41, which we inherited, seems also inherited a lot of maintenance issues. Spent $6,000 recently to repair a well. This week, we had to repair the water softener. We've got a kitchen renovation project going on. I know that's not repaired, but that's underway. And then, there was another thing that broke that, was just more things that it's just.
I probably got $300,000 in my term at Station 41.
Yeah,
Roof and
Roof,
the
yeah.
parking lot, like they just did not fix things. Like
yeah,
that.
not paying for that and not having done it, so eventually we'll be ahead of it, so,
Kitchen remodel looks good. Thanks for the picture, Sam. I keep meaning to pop over there.
yeah.
I was out of town.
They're doing a good job.
Yeah,
I told them I like the.
I know that's been a big complaint.
Huh?
You know, it's been a big complaint.
Yeah.
Stuffiness of it.
Those are the main things I have. Any questions?
Is there anything else you're taking from Quince and besides the refrigerators?
The water filter.
Yeah, water filter thing, okay.
We're very the water filter, and then we're taking all the old, I forgot, if I remember one thing, I'll come back to it. We're taking the old kitchen, pots and pans, so we're donating them, you still made New Carlisle,
I see they're working on that.
for fire, yeah. And then this is something else just to bring up, one of those ones like Knox boxes for residential, I was trying to describe it. So we actually had our first at our open house, residents requested one, so we bought them, we have 2 of them, so we bought 2, we have one available. But this would hang on their door, and then in all of our fire trucks, we carry a key that, for the guys to get that key, they have to punch a code in. And then, just like you would at a building, you get that key in, you open up, and then in there is your house key. So, it allows us then to get into their house and not cause a lot of damage, so we actually had a resident, came into the open house we did, was out, something, so we actually have our first, resident on that, we use it.
Hey, awesome.
Nice. That's my construction.
Yeah, it's heavy duty. It just fits over the back.
And we have a fire.
It's heavy.
That's solid.
Yeah, so that way it's like the person moves, they turn it in, we have to people have to sign off that, hey, it's ours, and it's not something that they travel with in the past. She had the person that came has a challenged child, so she was like, must have been getting. So,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's great, great.
the union is all good. Jay, anything under behalf you know about? I don't think so, but I know not the board, but usually. I think I'm doing so well, they decided not to come to the next meeting.
Okay.
I think Mark's on vacation. Mark is, yeah, he's next meeting, yeah, on vacation.
Well, the trash can has the sign on it that says complaints go here.
Good point, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I said that.
You're good.
So we're done with the union representative. Okay, other discussion items we're open here.
We impeached you while you were gone.
You what?
We impeached you while you were gone.
I hope you talk bad about me. I would appreciate that.
I have no other discussion.
No other discussions?
Steve, did you get over the press down on this, take a look at that stuff again, see? They're on the way.
Yeah, there's nothing there,
There's a fire territory have money to get a dumpster over there, so you can put that stuff that's in there in the dumpster.
What's in there?
workout machines and stuff that was left over that the fire department didn't take.
Workout machines would not go in the dumpster. I mean,
I mean, you don't want them.
no, I just mean, we'd probably have to pay some of the haul. But yeah, we can do that.
Hate to sell the place as is, you know, doesn't have that stuff.
Are they like not worth anything?
They're really not.
Then yeah, you can just trash it.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
We just pay some.
You're
money.
gonna like Sylvester the Scrapper.
Sylvester.
Yeah, actually,
Sylvester the Scrapper, I go.
just set them out front. You know?
He comes through our neighborhood, he asks.
He goes through the alley.
Take,
Goes through
And
the
I
alley.
got his number and I call him like, Sylvester, come on. It's-
Every time we have a pallet, I throw it in the alley and my wife's like, what are you doing? I was like, it won't last.
I'm Sylvester.
But yeah, we can chat about that.
One
Is that
thing
it? Is it
I'd
just
like
work
to
out
make,
quick?
There's a couple of things in. I took what I wanted.
that's for the station out on,
Wait,
that we went out to look at, yeah. One thing, yeah, I don't do Facebook because I don't, need an electronic device, but my daughter did put Instagram on me, on, my phone and I don't post, but I look. It's good to see that you guys are doing a good presence on there, putting stuff on.
Really?
About the training and the things and constantly, which is, it's a good little media thing and all departments should do that. And, some were bad, but I see a lot getting better.
Yeah.
But, you guys are doing a good job on that.
Good.
So I just wanted to mention that. Other than that, there's no other discussion items. Would like to recommend a motion for adjournment.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All against? Okay, we are adjourned. Now that we're off the record.